Hi everybody, I'm Hal Weeks. Welcome to Stalking the Wild Auto Harp. It's that old tune again, Merrily Kiss the Quaker, which means I'm practicing my flat picking with my thumb pick. And we're talking about thumb picks, all different kinds, sizes, shapes, materials, good ones, bad ones, tone qualities, all kinds of different things as we push our way through the quagmire of dealing with exploring thumb picks, and I'm happy to have you here along for my explorations while I obsess somewhat obsessively about it. This week we're going to be talking about a group of picks from ProPik, and these are picks that have a Delrin blade or a Delrin plectrum, but they have a metal wrap that goes around your thumb. And we are talking about Thumbpicks today. We'll get on to talking about different finger picks in later videos. But this is a ProPik, and we're going to talk about several of the company's offerings. It's the Guptill Music group, guptillmusic.com. You can go there and view. I think they have about 4 or 5 different thumb picks that they have developed, and I want to really love these thumb picks. They are Delrin. Delrin is a really interesting plastic. I can't tell you much about it. I have heard that they use Delrin for harpsichord plectrums, and that it doesn't wear out. Time will tell. It's bound to wear some, especially the way I play it. Here's the thing, folks. An auto harp is not a guitar. Okay? On an auto harp, we've got a virtual washboard or cheese grater that we are scrubbing our picks against every day. And so they're bound to wear down. The string tension is high, and we're going to get some wear on our picks. But Delrin picks really hang in there, and they keep going. And some of my favorite picks are Delrin picks. Stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to tell you which one of these ProPiks is my favorite. All right, so let's start with the one I'm wearing. All right, this one is called the Classic Thumb Flat. A number of picks that I'm going to be reviewing are shaped like thumb pick or shaped like flat picks, but you wear them on your thumb. And there's a good number of them, and there's a good reason for this, and that's that some people like to play their guitars with a flat pick and then change to a finger picking method. All right. Now, most people that I know who play auto harp don't flat pick their auto harp. I do, and so I've been looking for a flat pick shaped pick. You don't have to use a flat pick shaped pick to flat pick your auto harp, by the way. Just last week I demonstrated that when I was using Dunlop picks. But this happens to be a guitar pick shaped pick. In this case they call it the Classic. It's a nice thick pick, and it's got a metal wrap. The neat thing about metal wraps, as you may already know, is that they adjust just with a squeeze of the fingers, and squeeze of your fingers. And darn if we don't put on picks in the evening that fit this morning and now they're loose. Or we put on picks in the morning that fit last night and now they're too tight. And so you can make those little micro adjustments just with a squeeze or two, and they always fit. That's the great thing about metal picks. This combines the handiness of that metal feature with the warm tone of a plastic pick. All right, and so this pick handles just like a guitar pick. But listen to this. When I do my flat picking, I put a finger up against it just like a guitarist would a flat pick. But when I take that finger away, that pick is free to vibrate. And it has a real kind of flappy tone, and I call it slappy flappy. And there's a lot of picks that we're going to run into that have that problem. Now, if I was playing guitar, this probably would not be an issue. All right, but on the auto harp, it sounds almost like a card that you've put on your bike to stick into the bike spokes to make it loud, and like we used to do when we were kids. Or at least I used to. And I really, 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 really wanted to like these picks, but that sound was so bright and so loud that it was really challenging me to like those picks. But then I discovered something that I can do. So hold on to your hats, because I'm going to show you that in a minute. Before I do that, I want to discuss this one, which they just call the metal plastic Delrin pick. All right, it's shaped more like your standard, kind of like your Dunlop pick. All right, and this one is one that I've been working to like. When I play it with standard style, it works pretty good. Like now, did you hear that? Did you hear it go clunk? You hear it going knock, knock, knock? All right, that's an idiosyncrasy of my style. I have the unfortunate habit of they hit the soundboard of my instrument, and so my picks can't be too long. If they're too long, I start hearing that knock, 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 and that is the case with this pick, this is the large, and it's just a little bit too long for me. So here's a medium. Let's try the medium. I'm going to hold it up next to the large. We'll see if it's any shorter. Yeah, see, it's a little bit shorter. Just a little bit. Will it make a difference? Let's find out. So here's the medium. And it's very thin compared to a Dunlop pick. I don't have a Dunlop pick here in front of me, so I can't show you, but it's narrower this way. And remember, the pointier the plectrum, the brighter and edgier it's going to sound. All right, that's a law of physics, I guess. This is a very bright sounding pick. Not necessarily a bad thing. And yes, when I play with this pick, it doesn't knock against the soundboard. All right, so performance, it gets a pretty good high score. It's kind of bright though, which means it's kind of loud. One of the things about the wider picks, like that are shaped like a guitar pick, is because they're wider, they won't drop between the strings if I'm holding them at an angle, which is I tend to do a little bit when I'm doing the back and forthies, and that's part of the style. This one, when I have it sideways, it can still go between the strings. So that one might not make the grade. However, I told you that I would show you how I fixed up one of the picks. This one is called the Classic, and you'll notice that it's slightly triangular, slightly pointy, which is going to give it a brighter sound. All right, but then they have the one that's called an Original, that is more teardrop shaped, and I figured out that I could mute the rattly sound. All right, I took a piece of moleskin. You know moleskin. Dr. Scholl's brand. This happens to be Kroger brand, but it's, for your shoes. Sticky back, cloth. I took a couple of pieces of that, and I cut it out, and I put it on the pick like that, and one's on the other side like that. And notice that I cut the picking surface free about a ½ inch, all right? And what that does is it muted down the tone. And now it sounds nice and warm, but it doesn't have that rattly sound. I'll play it next to the other one so you can hear it. And for my back and forthies, and it's nice and wide so it won't go between the strings and knock on my soundboard. So I really like this pick now, all right? And I feel particularly pleased with myself that I figured out a way to mute its tone. So I'm going to let you hear it next to the other one. Here's the original one. Granted, this one is the classic. And now here's the muted original. It's not so slap happy when I listen to it. So out of this group, I like this one, the teardrop, the best. I liked the shape better. There's something about the way it slides. It slides a little bit better, having the more rounded edges instead of straight going into the point. All right. Now, they have a couple of other models that I did not review. They have one called the Quick Pick. It's similar to the Fred Kelly Speed Pick, all right, which is known as the pick that flips you off. And I did not review that one because I knew already that I wouldn't like it. You might. It's a kind of a detail pick, but is it going to last? The tone of those is way too bright for my particular tastes. They also have a metal thumb pick that I'm not reviewing in this video. As I said last week, we're going to do a video about some metal thumb picks at some point down the road if I can bear to do it. All right. But in the meantime, this is my favorite ProPik from guptillmusic.com, and you can get these at Elderly. I believe Pete Daigle also has a few. And they also make quite a line of metal finger picks, and we'll probably talk about some of those when we get to talking about metal finger picks. So thanks for tuning in. If you are getting something out of this video and you're enjoying learning about picks and learning about the auto harp in all of its disguises, consider becoming a patron of Stalking the Wild Auto Harp. Kicking me down a few bucks a month will help me fund these projects. I have to buy these picks and then make videos about them, and it helps me to do that. And so if you would consider that, the link is in my comment section down below this video, and I would really appreciate that. Also, you can take private lessons with me on webcam through Skype. We can do it. We can get one-on-one and look at right where you're at and help you with your next piece. So consider that, private lessons with yours truly. And subscribe to this video. Little reminder there. Then you'll get all of the videos right up front as soon as I post them. It helps me because it helps me move up through the echelons of YouTube and more people discover Stalking the Wild Auto Harp. So until next week on Stalking the Wild Auto Harp, I'm Hal Weeks, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.